What is going on, guys? It's Pure Venom, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Let's Talk. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about fatherhood, and in particular, we're going to talk about the circumstances and I guess, um, the story into my experiences with father figures and how it shaped my attitude towards being a father and the father that I am and father that I hope to be for my children, for my two boys. If you guys don't know already, I do have two young children. One is almost 3, and the other one is almost 2. So first, let's go into, I guess, a little background in my experiences with my father. So this is actually a little difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie, talking about this because it's not something that I would normally talk to people about. But my parents separated at the age of 4. Um, I think I was about 4 years old because my brother had he was a newborn, and we're 4 years apart. I remember that. So the funny thing is, I don't remember a lot about my childhood before that, before the age of 4. I don't know why, but I don't. Um, but anyway, so my parents separated. My father was cheating on my mother, and they went their separate ways. We were living in Florida at the time, and we moved back to Texas to be with my grandparents. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with my father, or really a lot of memories or anything. We He stayed in touch for a couple of years. We see him about once a year. Maybe I don't know exactly how long that lasted. I think it was maybe about 4 years, till I was about the age of 8, maybe 8 or 9. I'm not too sure. And then he he went to jail, and when he went to jail, he he did talk to us for a while. He would call us kind of regularly at the beginning, but then he just stopped calling. And I haven't seen my father since the age of 8. He's out of jail. I've talked to him since then, and he calls me. He calls me every once in a while. Not regularly. I won't say regularly. It's every once in a while. But he no longer lives in the country, so I don't really see any plans. I don't see myself seeing him or going to go visit him. Um, so that is my experience with my father, or should I say, really not much of an experience with my father. But I don't, I, I don't necessarily hate him, and um, the weird thing is I don't know enough about him. I don't know really anything about him for the most part. I know we've never talked. We've never really sat down and had any of the conversations, I guess, that a father and son would have. But and my wife tells me, maybe you should talk to him more, or try to open up to him more. But I he's like a stranger to me. I don't know how else to say it, because I don't even remember how he looks really. I've Like I said, the last time I saw him, he was 8 years old. So I mean, I was 8 years old, not him. That'd be weird. I was 8 years old, and I don't remember the way he looks. I don't really remember much about him. Now, growing up, I did have father figures in my life, um, and one of them was my grandfather, and he is. I absolutely, I love him so much, and I respect him so much. He is just an awesome, awesome, awesome person. And he raised my mother and her sisters, my aunts. Um, he was not the type of person to yell or hit, or he was never ever ever physical with them, or with us, his grandchildren. Never spanking, nothing like that. He would never yell, never. Um, he's just such a nice man, and it's weird because I mean, you just respect them and you want to, you don't want to disappoint him, and that's the type of father that I want to be like, is like that. And because sometimes you can respect the person, but maybe you respect them because you fear them. You fear maybe physical violence or emotional violence, or something like that. But with him, it's he's a great man. Now, my mother did remarry, and I did, and I had a stepfather. Unfortunately, they're no longer together. Um, but for the most part, he was pretty tough on us, me and my brother, and I think my brother even more, because my brother is a very stubborn, strong, not strong. I should say, my brother doesn't know when to be quiet. He says what's on his mind. He doesn't care. He just says whatever, and he doesn't care about the consequences. And that's his attitude in life. Whereas I'm more reserved, and I don't. I usually try not to show a lot of emotion or let people in a lot of stuff, because I find that the more you share, or the more people know about you, or the more emotional you are with people, the easier it is for them to hurt you. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. But anyway, so my mother remarried, and we were still kind of young. I don't remember exactly. Maybe 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. My brother was about 3 or 4 or 5, somewhere around that age. And they remarried, and I don't think he was ready to have children. My mother had us both, and he was a little hard on us. But to be honest, now I appreciate it more than I did at the time. He did step up to the plate, and he provided. Now, that was one thing. He provided for us. We always, we always had, clothing, video game, all the stuff that you would. But we weren't. I wasn't emotionally attached to him. I couldn't even call him dad. I always called him by his first name, even when I was little. My brother had an easier. I guess you say, warm up to him easier than I did. But but he had a rough childhood. My stepfather did. His father was a very abusive person. He was physically abusive to them, emotionally abusive to them, and he could be a very mean SOB. I mean, I just don't know how else to say it. So now as I'm older, I can kind of see how him growing up with his dad kind of affected the way he was as a father. And he was a very short-tempered person, but also he can be caring and kind, and giving, and stuff like that. So I mean, they're divorced now, my mom and my stepdad. So but I really, he has his faults, he does, but I mean, he, as far as that, as providing for us growing up, I can't say anything bad about that. So with that said, like, that's my two experiences with, or three experiences with my dad, my grandfather, and my stepdad. And it kind of shaped me into the father that I want to be for my kids, and the father that I am for my children. And I'm very hands-on. I'm very, very hands-on. I love being with my children, and because I know, since I didn't have that, I guess, relationship with a father, I feel like it's very important. It's something that I wish when I was little that I had, and it's something that I make sure that my children are gonna have, which is which is a very strong relationship with me, and I'm very, very involved with him, and I do a lot of things with them, even on my own with them. Pretty much anything I will do with my kids, anything that my wife will do. I know, like, there's some guys that I don't change diapers. I do all of that. I do all of it. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. And that's what I want. I want to be there for them always. And I always tell my wife, whatever happens between us, and we have a really great relationship. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen along, further along the road. But one thing is that I will not ever not be around for my children, ever. I said that's just whatever happens between me and her. Maybe we don't, things don't work out. But one thing that will never happen is that I will not be there for them. I will always be there for them, and I'll always provide for them, because I know how important it is. And I guess, I don't know if any of you guys are fathers, or if you're thinking about being a dad, or you're about to be a dad. I guess you should realize the impact that you have on your child's life, and take it very seriously, and just appreciate them and love them, because kids are wonderful, and it's very, very important. It's very important for you as a father to be there for them. And sorry, it's a little bit hard to talk about or whatnot, but I guess that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, and I thank you guys for watching the Less Talks, and hopefully I will continue. I'll continue the series, and I'll keep on coming up with more topics of discussion, and they're always not going to be personal. Maybe it's going to be about something else, but I wanted to do this. My wife said that I should probably, because she says I don't open up a lot, and that I should probably try to open up more. So thank you guys for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.